Antiquities Authority are looking for new places, and we've been looking and searching for the Shiloah pool, for the Pool of Siloam, because we knew it had to be at the end of Hezekiah's tunnel. We knew that it had to be in this vicinity over here. Now you can see this is actually the pool starts here and goes into this area. Again, we said that you will draw water with joy from the springs of salvation. Okay, springs of salvation, we understand now the King of Israel brings salvation to his people. But you will draw water with joy. Where does that come from? Why did he say that? During the Sukkot festival, for 7 days, the priest had to come all the way from the Temple Mount down here to the Shiloah pool, and they brought a beautiful, beautiful vessel, and they had to take water from Shiloah pool and take it up back to the altar. During that time as well, we know that it is time for the praying for rain. And exactly on the time when we had to start praying for rain now, when the pilgrims went back, on that day the rain started to fall in Israel. So for us that's a massive, massive blessing. Here you can see the temple and this road. This road was built in the last few years before the destruction. And like all good roads, it has to have a rain drainage pipe, okay? Even ancient roads have to have that. We started basically to do the rain drainage pipe first, because that I can clean out very quickly. It's something existing that I can clean out. So we do wet water sifting, and we make sure that we take all the ground and make sure everything that might have been lost in these tunnels that we found. But something interesting happened. When we started to do the excavation, we found that there was a place in the road where there were holes made meticulously. And the archaeologists said this is not something that fell on the road. There weren't any trucks that could break the road or anything. This was made by man. And we didn't know why. Now we saw with the King David story, you read something in the Bible and you don't know what it means until you do the archaeology, and boom, suddenly the picture comes together. Sometimes we do the archaeology and we have no idea what we're looking at, and we go to the ancient sources and boom, the picture comes to life. This time we turn to Josephus Flavius, and he actually wrote that in the time of the destruction, the people went, a lot of the refugees, actually 2,000 refugees, ran away, and they tried to hide within this tunnel, hoping that they can get out afterwards. So 2,000 refugees in this tunnel for around about a month. And how do we know that? Because there were pots, we found intact cooking pots. But then he goes on and he says what the Romans heard about this. And they broke the road in several places, and they threw fire in and they smoked the people out. Okay, most of the people already died, but the people that came out, they killed. And that's why we also found a Roman sword in the vicinity as well. So we are now going to do the final ascent to Temple Mount, the actual road that all the pilgrims traveled. And you are some of the pioneers doing this. Okay, we're going to walk exactly where the pilgrims walked, the final ascent to Temple Mount. The men would come here, they will go into the mikveh, into the ritual bathing, and then they will go ready to go up. Are we ready to go? Let's go. We were very excited because anybody living in Jerusalem will understand that there's no parking when you want to come to the old city. So we thought, amazing, look at this place. We're going to make a multi-level parking area and more people can come. In walks the Israeli Antiquities Authority and they say, guys, we're very excited about your parking lot. We just quickly want to do one little test and then you guys are good to go. So they bring this kind of gadget that they put down on the parking lot itself, and with the sound sonars down into the ground. They come back after an hour and they're super happy. And they say, guys, amazing news. A little bit of bad news. The amazing news is that you guys are on top of at least 10 time civilizations, and we're going to have to dig in there. The parking lot not really going to happen soon, but listen, who cares? We're at the most important place in the world. Okay, I want to show you something else. You can see here that there's a massive Roman villa that comes from here to this mosaic here, crossing over here and going to that side. This was a Roman villa that was built after the destruction of the Second Temple period, and that means it gets us to the time of Aela Capitolina. This was Hadrian. And he decided that no Jew will ever put their feet again into Jerusalem because of the revolts that we had. The next thing that we have is when the Crusaders came and they decided that they're going to shift Mount Zion. Now we figured out, 2 Samuel 5:7 it says, David took the citadel of Zion and he called it the city of David. Zion, Zion is over here, okay? And Mount Moriah is part of that. That is Zion. But when the Crusaders came, they decided, we doing something new, we believe in something new, so we're going to have a new Mount Zion. So they shift the whole name to the hill over there. That hill still till today is called Mount Zion. It's not Mount Zion, okay. But can you see when I start shifting foundations and when I shift names, I'm starting to get people in a complete new mindset of thinking what this is. But the hardest thing of her memory being erased was in the year 1033, when there was a massive earthquake. It leveled everything. And from there they decided to put all of Jerusalem within the old city confines. And the city of David became a quarry. Now that's very hard because that's not man coming against you, that's God coming against you. And you go, but now it feels to me like God is turning against me. The only thing that God said is you have to remember that in a time of favor, I will remember you. And that promise tells you that even if it feels to you like in a certain time, the whole world, God including, comes against you, His promise stands that there will come a time that He will remember you. And after 2,000 years of nothing and going down, guys, look at where we're coming from. Look how far she sunk down. 2,000 years. Suddenly, in a time of favor, Queen Victoria wakes up one morning and she wants to know what's going on in Jerusalem. So she sends a guy with the name Charles Warren, and he comes here and the rest is history. This is very important for me, for you to go back and tell people about the true location of ancient biblical Jerusalem. She's getting ready, and people should know that as well. If you want to realign your heart and your mind to what's happening in God's schedule and His planning, you have to do it for yourself, but don't keep it for yourself, because anybody that is serious about biblical prophecy and serious about the Bible needs to know this. Hi everybody, and thank you for watching a little bit on the city of David, home to the ancient biblical Jerusalem. We really want to encourage you guys to come and see this place for yourself. If you are serious about the Bible and serious about biblical prophecy fulfillment and Jerusalem, you have to come and experience this place for yourself. It says in Jeremiah, come and walk the ancient paths. So I'm inviting you, for the first time in our generation, you can actually come and walk the ancient paths yourself. I also want to ask you to join the Jerusalem Watch project. Through that you can actually support the excavations happening here in the city of David. Isaiah says, Hitna arime afar kum, shake off your dust, arise, take your rightful place, O Jerusalem. All of this happening 24/7 here in the city of David, and you can now become a tangible part of biblical prophecy fulfillment. You can buy the coin, you can even join the membership, and that puts buckets on the ground for us so that we can escort this beautiful city to become a praise to the earth again. So I encourage you to become part of that. You can go to our site www.jerusalem-watch.com, and most of it, and the most important, guys, just come see the place where it all began, and come help us to bring her to the place where she will become a praise to the earth again. Thank you.